Have you ever wondered why some Christians thrive while others struggle? There is a secret that only God's chosen ones truly understand. And today, I am going to reveal it to you. This knowledge has the power to transform your life in ways you never imagined. If you feel like you've been waiting for a breakthrough, if you've been searching for answers, then this moment, right here, right now, is meant for you. I am Harper Stone, and this is Chosen for the Light. If you've ever felt deep inside that you were born for something greater, that your purpose is more than what you've been living so far, then you are in the right place. This is not just another video. This is a divine appointment. What I'm about to share with you is not just a simple message. It is a key that has the power to unlock blessings in your life, both financially and spiritually. So, stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to hear could be the turning point you've been praying for. Now, I want you to take action right now. This isn't just about listening. It's about activating faith. Go to the comments and declare, "I am chosen." By doing this, you are making a statement of faith, aligning yourself with the truth of God's promises and opening your heart to receive this revelation. And while you're here, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss the divine insights and revelations that are meant to guide you on your journey. But let me tell you something, not everyone is ready for this kind of transformation. Many will hear, but only a few will truly receive. Only those who are prepared to embrace this message and take action will see the fruits of it in their lives. Are you one of them? Are you ready for the shift that is about to happen? Then let's dive in, because what's coming next is going to change. Many people have been taught that poverty is a sign of holiness, that struggling financially somehow brings them closer to God. But let me tell you, this is one of the greatest misconceptions that has kept believers from stepping into their full potential. If poverty were a sign of holiness, why would God bless Solomon, one of the richest men in history? His wealth was not a curse. It was a blessing, a tool to glorify God and build his kingdom on earth. Solomon didn't hoard his riches selfishly. He used his prosperity to construct the temple of God, to care for his people, and to ensure that his kingdom thrived. This is the true purpose of wealth, to serve a higher calling, to uplift others, and to create lasting impact. When wealth is used for divine purposes, it becomes a powerful force for good. Generosity is one of the most powerful spiritual principles tied to prosperity. The more you give, the more you receive. Not because giving is a transaction, but because it aligns your heart with God's abundance. The wealthiest Christians understand this. They give without fear, knowing that true riches flow from a spirit of generosity. They know that wealth is not something to be clung to, but something to be stewarded wisely. Faith and action go hand in hand. Millionaire Christians do not simply pray and wait for blessings to fall into their laps. They pray as if everything depends on God, but they act as if everything depends on them. They step out in faith, take risks, invest wisely, and trust that God will multiply their efforts. This balance between faith and initiative is what separates those who prosper from those who remain stagnant. Let's take a deeper look at how faith and wealth intertwine. Consider the principle of sowing and reaping. A farmer does not simply pray for a harvest without planting seeds. He understands that faith requires action. In the same way, those who experience financial breakthroughs understand that taking bold steps, seizing opportunities, and cultivating financial wisdom are part of walking in abundance. Another critical aspect of financial and spiritual wealth is discipline. Many of the wealthiest believers follow strict financial principles. They budget, they invest, and they live with purpose. They do not waste resources on meaningless pursuits, but instead direct them toward impactful endeavors. This level of discipline ensures that their wealth continues to grow and serve a greater purpose. We must also address the power of mindset. Wealth is first created in the mind before it manifests in the physical world. If you believe you are destined for lack, your actions will reflect that belief. But if you shift your thinking, if you begin to see yourself as a steward of God's resources, responsible for managing them wisely, everything changes. Your perspective shapes your reality. And let's not forget community. The wealthiest believers do not walk alone. They surround themselves with mentors, wise counsel, and like-minded individuals who encourage them to grow spiritually and financially. They understand that success is not achieved in isolation, but through connections, learning, and collaboration with others who share their vision. Now let me challenge you today. Are you ready to break free from limiting beliefs about wealth? Are you willing to take responsibility for your financial and spiritual growth? If so, then it's time to take bold steps toward abundance. Seek wisdom. Study financial principles. Give generously. Align your mindset with divine prosperity, and above all, act, because faith without works is dead. The road to spiritual and financial success is paved with faith, wisdom, generosity, and bold action. It is a journey, not a destination, and it requires commitment. But for those who are willing to walk this path, the rewards are immeasurable. You were not meant for scarcity. You were meant to thrive, to prosper, and to use your wealth for a higher purpose. Step into that calling today. Applying these principles to your life is not just about understanding them, it's about taking action. True transformation comes when you align your thoughts, your faith, and your actions with the principles of prosperity that God has laid out. So let's break it down into practical steps you can start implementing today. Step 1. Cultivate wisdom before seeking wealth. Before seeking financial abundance, you must first seek wisdom. Proverbs 4:7 tells us, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting get understanding." The wealthiest and most successful believers know that money without wisdom is fleeting, but knowledge and understanding lay the foundation for lasting prosperity. Start by investing in your personal growth. Read books on finance, business, and stewardship. Study the Bible's teachings on wealth and responsibility. Seek mentors who have walked the path of prosperity and can guide you with their experience. The more wisdom you cultivate, the more prepared you will be to manage the resources God entrusts to you. Step 2. Discover your purpose and use your talents for impact. Every person has been given unique gifts and talents designed to serve a greater purpose. When you operate within your divine calling, success and financial provision naturally follow. Look at biblical figures like Joseph, who used his God-given ability to interpret dreams to rise from slavery to a position of great influence and wealth. Or Paul, who used his skills to build communities and spread God's word across the world. Take time to reflect on what you do best. What skills, passions, or abilities do you have that could be used to create impact? How can these talents be turned into opportunities that generate both spiritual and financial abundance? The key is to align your work with your purpose so that what you do not only brings you income, but also adds value to others. Step 3. Apply the law of sowing and reaping. The principle of sowing and reaping is one of the most powerful financial truths in the Bible. Luke 6:38 says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over, shall men give into your bosom." Giving is not just about charity. It is a principle of multiplication. The more you give, the more room you make for blessings to return to you. Start by practicing generosity with what you have now. Tithe faithfully, support missions, give to those in need. The wealthiest believers understand that money is a tool meant to be circulated, not hoarded. As you give, you create a cycle of abundance that not only blesses others, but also ensures continuous provision in your own life. Taking action. Today, knowledge without action leads to stagnation. Now that you understand these principles, it's time to apply them. Set financial goals based on your purpose. Create a plan to invest in your wisdom and education. Identify opportunities where your talents can be used to create value. And most importantly, develop a heart of generosity that allows wealth to flow freely in your life. Prosperity is not an accident. It is the result of intentional faith, action, and alignment with God's principles. If you are ready to step into a life of abundance, commit today to implementing these steps and watch how God begins to move in your life. As we come to the end of the principles of wisdom, purpose, and generosity are not just abstract ideas, they are actionable steps that can change your life. You now know that cultivating wisdom prepares you to handle abundance. You understand that using your God-given talents to serve others creates opportunities for both impact and prosperity, and you recognize that giving freely without fear activates the divine law of multiplication. But knowing these truths is only the beginning. What matters most is what you do with them. Will you take this wisdom and put it into action? Will you shift your mindset, embrace faith-filled decisions, and walk boldly into the abundant life that God has prepared for you? If this message resonated with you, take a moment to affirm it. Comment below, "I choose wisdom." Declare your commitment to seeking wisdom above all else, just as Solomon did. And don't keep this revelation to yourself. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. You never know whose life you might transform with a simple act of encouragement. Your journey toward true prosperity starts today. Walk in faith, act with purpose, and trust that as you seek wisdom first, everything else will follow. The future is in your hands. Embrace it with wisdom and boldness.